ball really well lately? What's been the difference in maybe the last 4 weeks?
I think I just felt more comfortable in game scenarios, getting used to the tempo, the speed of the game, and just feeling, more comfortable in my element. So,
What about punting in the wet weather, kind of like you did last week and we'll probably have to do this week? How is that different for you?
it's really not that different. If anything, I just got to have more attention to detail, and I think I executed really well myself. So I felt good about my performance Saturday, and I'm going to keep continuing it throughout this week. So.
Overall, as a special teams unit, how do you feel like you guys have been doing out there recently?
I think we've been really good. I think as a unit we've had some ups and downs. There's certain assignments that we missed, like on last weekend. There were some issues on the kickoff coverage. But I think as specialists, we did a really good job of executing this week in the elements. We made all our kicks, all our kickoffs were good, and I think all the punts were pretty good too. So the last couple of weeks, I think we've been executing really well.
What do you think at this point is the best kick that you have in terms of, I know punters are particular about different styles of kicks or whatever, but what do you think you do best at this point?
I think my going in punts are really good, from the 40 to the 40-yard line to the other 40-yard line. I have really good touch going in inside the pinning ball inside the 10, even on spiral punts. I think the last couple of games I've had a couple within the 10. There were 50, 55-yard punts that were fair caught inside the 10. So I think I did a really good job with that.
What's the key in terms of executing that and being so precise in those when you're aiming for a relatively small target?
I think it comes down to execution and practice, because that's going to carry over. When you're in a game scenario and say, all right, I need to hit it with this power, this touch, you go, I already hit this in practice 5 times this week. I just step out there and trust my training, and go out there and execute. So.
What area would you say you're still looking to improve the most on in terms of types of kicks?
I think there's definitely still room to grow in terms of my upper limit of hang time, just because I'm so young, and I really haven't been lifting in a college setting that much. I still have a lot of room to grow physically, get a lot stronger, and develop my upper limits of hang time. So, because I can hit 5-0s, 5-1s in practice, but translating it to game is it's a completely different story. So it's a little more difficult than just sitting out there and training and doing that. So.
How would you evaluate just your overall performance on the year? Have you played up to your expectations? How have you?
I think over the last 4 or 5 games, yes, I have played up to my expectation. I think I started off the season really strong. I got into a little bit of a slump. I think I was a little bit burnt out, because going through all of summer and how grueling the schedule is, and starting classes up, having all that, it was very, very tough for me mentally. So, I had, 2 games where I didn't play up to my expectations, and then I really had to look myself in the mirror, refocus, and I think since then I have been on. I think I've been really, really playing up to my expectations in those couple of games.
What were some of the keys to getting through that period?
I think it was really, I really did have to take a deep look at myself and say, all right, where do I want to be? What I've been working towards all summer and last off season. So, being unhappy with my performance and remembering that, I think I just had to have a lot of mental toughness to push through that. So.
Field position was really important in a game like Washington. Do you think that was one of the reasons for the turnaround in the second half, was just really consistent punting from you?
I would say it was a factor, but I think the team morale and the energy we had coming out in the second half, especially running the ball and getting our offense going, I think that was that. I like to think I had a big part of the game, but all those other guys had a way bigger part to play. All credit to them for all the hard work they've done. So.
Thanks, Eddie.
Awesome. Thanks, Eddie.